Alright, good morning. It is some day. It's been kind of rainy in Victoria lately, so yeah, but I'm taking a chance. I'm not bringing my umbrella with me this time. I need a coffee. There's a lot of that kind of traffic here in Victoria. I think it's the climate.
I think it's a Wi-Fi symbol. This scooter has Wi-Fi.
Who'd have thought a scooter with Wi-Fi? I don't think they meant that. Oh well. Oh, hey, happy. Makes me happy.
Today?
Thursday? Friday? What day is it? I don't even know. Tuesday?
Tuesday, but like, are you doing like a little shoot today?
No, I have a YouTube channel. I do a daily vlog. Well, mostly daily.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like I've been slacking lately,
You just
so
get more and more interesting every time you come
I
in.
just picked up the camera again after I break. Bye, hey Happy, thanks for the coffee. I love this alley. I wish I could live in this alley. I really like it, it's pretty cool. There are some houses up top there. Today, we're reviewing my in-car camera setup. A lot of people have been asking me about it, especially guys who go off-roading and stuff. The whole reason I started with figuring out a new way to shoot in the car was because it was dangerous to carry this around and have it on the dash, and the way I used to mount it on the dash took up the whole room. The G7X worked really good on this little mount here, so I used to have it sitting right here, but it also took up too much room still, which was not, and though it wasn't wide enough angle to pick up everything that's happening in the car, that sort of stuff. So I had to come up with a new alternative to make this thing happen. So what I did is I standardized on these little things right here. So these are my choice of camera for in the car. It's the GoPro Session. There's a new one out, the Session 5, which I'll probably upgrade to because it shoots 4K and has some image stabilization, which I think would help in the car a little bit more, especially on gravel roads and off-road. But look at the size of it. It's tiny, it's square, it's fun. And I know you can do it with, you can use GoPros and other things like that as well, but the reason I chose these is for a very specific purpose. A, they are small, which is nice in the interior of the car. They don't get in the way. The lens is centered on the unit, and so what it allows me to do is use the standard holding cage for the Session. Look at this on the dash right here. Okay, so I've got this standard cage on the dash, just like this, with one of their normal mounts that you'd adhesive to the window, and I've got it set up in such a way that when I clip the camera in, and the camera's pointing this way, you get that really great view of the cab that you can see from everywhere, which is awesome. I love this view, it's great. Then what I can do is I can undo it. Here, let me take this camera out of here for a sec. So then what I can do is I can undo the camera, I pop it out from the back like this, and then I turn it around and it's facing out the front now. So in one camera, I've got two different ways of mounting it on my dashboard, which is fantastic. It's great. You just pop it in, pop it out, look forward, look back into the car. It's awesome. It works really good. And the fact that because it's square, I can do that and not lose my perspective or not it be off center in either one of those applications. Because with that really wide angle, you notice when it's off center quite a bit. If I was to use a regular GoPro, like the new 5 or something like that, you'll see that it's off center more than, like, because if I fully face it in, it would move to the passenger side of the car a little bit. If I turn it around and face it out, it would move to the driver's side a little bit, and you'd see that offset. Whereas with these, they're so small and so easy, it's just super simple to do. So that's how I've set up the unit. Here, I'll film it again. So you can see on the window, I just have the little sticker, just like that, right? Just that little sticker thing. And so this is how it clips to the window, is I can just slide this up and it clips in no problem. See, watch this. So that's all I've got, is just a double-sided tape thing on the middle of the window, centered on the front window, and the arms set up so I've got it above it facing out, or I can turn it to face in. So the other camera, because you've often seen shots where I have like 3 cameras running, 1 outside the vehicle and 2 in the vehicle. This is the way I've set up the other one, is right here. So as you can see, it's attached to the dome light in the car, which means it's in a great position because it gives me that forward-facing look I love of the 2 passengers. But then what I can do is, if I have rear passengers, I just pivot it to the back and it shoots into the back seat, no problem. And the beauty of it is, with the multicam setups, they're all recording sound because the sessions all have the mics built in. So I can quickly make a multi-track, multi-clip, multi-camera video from my channel. So now the other thing I've added to that setup is this little thing here. And so it's just another GoPro cage on top of a suction cup mount. And the beauty of that is I can stick it on any window I want, stick my session in it, and now let's say I want to get I want to just give a new view to the whole thing. I can pull my session out of here, I can stick it in this one, and then now I've got a view from up here, which I would never normally have, is this view right here, just kind of sticking out the corner, looking at me. Then I can do things like this. I can take it off here and stick it over on this window, and I can just bend it up, and now I've got another view on this window looking this way. Or if I want to put it in the back. So the nice thing is I have this little suction cup. I can stick it anywhere I want if I want another camera somewhere. So it's pretty beautiful. I'm happy with that. And then if I get out of the camera, I have a little selfie stick for the GoPro as well. So that's my in-camera setup. Let's go inside and I'll do a really quick review on what I think of the GoPro session. Okay, does that help? Hopefully it does. I'll tell you what I've found. Okay, so I also want to talk about why I chose the session for my in-car camera a little bit, just to give you guys some understanding. The nice thing is, once you've got these set up, they're as simple as, pushing this button right here. Can I focus on that? It's as simple as pushing that button right there to get it to start taking the picture. And so the nice thing is I can climb into the Jeep and I can, while they're in the containers that they're in, I can push the button and they can start recording, which is really, really lovely. They're just like a stick it in the container, push the button, go. I can pull it out and point it places. It's so nice and compact. It's easy to travel with. It's easy to carry. But most of all, it just kind of stays out of the way in the Jeep, because my big complaint with all my other cameras was that it got in the way of my vision of things. These are so small that it doesn't get in the way of anything. Now, when you want to delete them, my only complaint with these is there's no way to deal with these unless you have the app. In order to format them, all that kind of stuff, you have to do it through the app. I wish that they had, on this menu on the back here, I wish they had a way for me to format the camera just by doing that, because it would save me so much time. I gotta log onto the Wi-Fi, I gotta turn the Wi-Fi's on, I gotta connect them, I gotta do that stuff. I would love for the GoPro session to be able to reformat using this little button menu on the bottom somewhere. So that's really my only complaint with these cameras. The other one, the sound isn't amazing, but I wouldn't expect it to be amazing just because of the fact that it's using dinky little microphones. But for being in the car, I love the size, I love the efficiency, and I love how easy it is to just pop it in and go. I can also take it out and set it on the hood if I want, which I've done lots of. I've held it down near the keys. I use it more than just in the rack inside the car because it's so easy to grab and work with. Picture quality isn't quite as good as the GoPro Hero 4 or the 3 Plus I have, but it's not bad. And it's so convenient that for me it takes over the whole quality issue, because that's just such a fast, easy thing. Also, the fact that it's waterproof without a case makes a huge deal to me. I'm interested that the new Hero 5 is waterproof without a case. I love the idea of the touchscreen on the back. So that one interests me. I like that one. But as I said, These are so small and usable that they make such a good car thing. You can just put them all wherever you want. Get 3 or 4 of them if you want to. So, but I don't have a lot of complaints about these now that I've learned how to use them. You know, I leave it on ultra wide all the time. I don't change the settings on them because that would be annoying to go through the menu and try and change all the settings. That's annoying. But if you leave them ready to go, you just push a button, put it where you want it, and you can start filming. And that's what gives me multiple in-car angles when we're off-road and when we're on trips and when we're in the car, is multiples of these just plugged all over the vehicle. That's how I do it. Anyway, a lot of you have been asking for that review on how I do that in the car. So there you go. It's pretty quick. It's pretty painless. It's pretty simple. And you can put those little clips, those little double-sided clips anywhere in the car you want. You can just clip wherever you want in the car as well. So that's it. If I travel and I'm in another vehicle, I got to use that little suction cup one. Or ask the person if I can stick a little tape thing on their window, which people don't usually mind because it comes off pretty easy. There you go. 2 sessions. Session 1, session 2. Those are my main cameras for in the car. For everything else, it's the 5D.